Who else is imagining April running through the first couple of levels, just constantly going, ah, kill, 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 ah, ah,
Oh
ah.
my god, my favorite part of this game, you're gonna hate it, Simon. You're gonna be glad you didn't play that far. It's basically trust falling. It's wonderful.
Yes, I would hate that.
Did I blow these up? Yes.
But you see, that's the beauty of YouTube, okay? We play computer games so you don't have to.
It's true. Whoops. Terrain. Okay. For the most part, this game is pretty solid. You don't have too many glitches, except for occasionally you just get stuck on a piece of terrain. Which is always fun. Come on.
The original Thief series, not the remake, but the original one, attracted an awful lot of fan-made missions. And I'd helped playtest a few of them, which was really, really loads of fun. Especially because the whole idea of it was, first of all, you played through the game and you saw what it was like, and then then you played through it and tried to break it. So you do things like saying, okay, well, if I take a good half hour and I get all the boxes from all over the level and take it to the edge, I can actually use them, pile them up carefully, and just climb out of the world. Which is entirely possible to do.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But the great thing was some of the level designers who had cottoned onto this fact, and actually in the official levels, in one case, if you climb out of the world, you can see two zombies waltzing. Which is absolutely brilliant. I spent ages watching that. It was fantastic.
Actually, like, I've told you about my weird fear of being outside of the game, like the proper game zones. Did I tell you about that?
Yes, you have.
It's so stupid. I don't know what's wrong with me. Because what you just said sounds really cool. But if I saw that, I'd probably die of fear.
Well, the thing about irrational fears is they are irrational.
Yeah, that's true. Which way are we going? There we go.
Oh, well done. I thought you tossed it there. I mean, it's a bit like my irrational fear of taxmen. It's...
Do you actually have an irrational fear of taxmen?
No, it's more loathing, but that's another story altogether.
Yeah, doing your taxes, particularly with this like independent contractor thing now on YouTube, it's confusing. Very much so. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Nope.
You do it!
Oh.
No, you can't! Oh.
Oh, good. I passed the death barrier. I'm happy about that. As long as I got through the death barrier, I'm a happy lady. There are lots of ways to exploit the death barriers too, which I do know how to do. But of course I won't. Because I'm a classy lady who isn't actually doing a speed run. So.
Yes, when you do a speed run, all the rules go out the window.
Yeah. I don't like watching speedruns that use too many exploits. I just like watching people who are just really freaking good. If that makes any sense.
It does.
Like when I see people use huge time skips, that's why I also enjoy watching Dark Souls speedruns, because for the most part, it's just someone who's really freaking good. Nope, that's not gonna work. Really freaking good at the game. Damn it. Thought I could get it. Because they block it with their katanas, which a katana at that point would just basically explode into pieces. Let me through. Thank you.
Well, perhaps they're relying on that to hit you with the shrapnel.
Shit. Thank you. Oh, hi. Oh, I I know what I gotta do. Oh my god.
You gotta remember this about katanas, okay? Is that because of mythology, katanas are the most potent weapon in the known universe. Okay, they're actually slightly more powerful than nuclear bombs, for example.
Yeah. Where's the... I hear the snout. Where are you? Hi. Hi.
Yeah, it's like, you know, sort of, you know, you may have guns, technology, and all things on your side, but I'm the Highlander, and I had this sword that was made when totally unfeasible time in history.
I have this Hattori Hanzo.
Yeah, and there can be only one.
I've never actually seen Highlander, but I'm familiar enough with, well, it's so ubiquitous in America.
Oh, yeah. It's absolutely brilliant film. I do suggest that people watch it. It's a bit dated now, but the sheer joy of the fact that this is a game where a Frenchman is playing a Scotsman and a Scotsman's playing an Egyptian. It's been done with Sean Connery's usual aplomb, which is, you know, I'm the Russian submarine captain Marco Ramius. You can tell by my accent, can you?
Oh, hi. Yeah. Let's
Well, that was very, very Japanese as you two jumped past each other, waving your weapons at each other.
Give me that rose. Give me that rose.
What you're supposed to do is sort of land then and stand for 10 minutes, and then one of you falls over.
I want to aim at, no, I want to aim at this apple. Okay.
I just love the fact that those two were huddled together.
Oh yeah, they were watching my my little friend.
I know why. I just has this wonderful image and they're just whispering each other. Well, you take the left, and I'll take the right. And I'll distract her by putting faces and asking her if she knows the time.
There we go. Okay, so there are more little flutterbugs. Oh, for fuck's sake. Are you serious? I'm doing a great job at this. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay, Rosanna Zana, it was great for you to come along, and I appreciate it because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here, so I do appreciate it.
Wow. Okay, after this it'll save. Shit.
Yeah, I'm glad you come along, and I'm also glad you enjoyed it. So I hope you're going to come along to the next one, and indeed do it on a Wednesday evening at beam.pro.com/Simon Parsons, 7:30 to midnight GMT. Yeah, that's so smooth where I got it wrong, wasn't it?
No, I think it was awesome.
It's late, leave me alone. So, what about it, April? Have you enjoyed this?
Yeah, I'm having fun. Like I said, after this saves, I'll release you from your servitude. But
I'm good for a little bit longer if you want to carry on.
Yeah.
It looks like you might need to repair your monitor by the looks of it, though.
I'm actually surprised I'm not getting into hysterical.
I'll give it a little while longer, and then perhaps you'll be fondled by another flower and all will be alright.
Yep. Because actually, if I were to go into hysterical, no, I'd probably die. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Barely any health. Yes.
Chatty bye, Rosanna Zana.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Lucky me, it's only 8 p.m. here.
Wow, that's cool. Are you where? California? I was just assuming everybody who lives on the West Coast is in California because it's so big. That's pretty much what
California's -8, so yeah, could be.
I told Laura about how Scotland fits inside New York State.
Well, Scotland fits inside many things, including, funnily enough, Scotland.
What's down there? Did I go down there? Yes, I must have. I did. Yeah, Scotland fits inside Scotland. That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, it actually it's a valid point. The British Isles are a tiny little country that barely show up on a map of the British Isles, to be totally honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But we have an awful lot of influence, mostly because of the fact that we have Scottish people. And this makes a lot of sense when you think that the Empire was basically founded by English officers but Scottish soldiers. Okay, and the whole backbone of the British Empire was quite literally that. It is the Scottish soldiers, the Scottish regiments going out to far and distant parts of the world and claiming them in the name of the Empire. But normally by the officer who went to Sandringham and speaks a little bit like this, don't you know? Yeah. You can tell I'm the officer because I have no chin.
I know the Duke of Sandringham.
Yeah.
That's from Outlander.
As a child, I was once almost run over by Lord Montague. Does that count?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, my friend Jenny is in Michigan. Woo. Yeah, and my patron, I've stopped being paranoid and actually listed where I'm from. 'Cause I don't know. I used to be like, somebody's gonna find me. So now people know I'm from Binghamton.
Well, it's fairly valid. I mean, Captain Sparkles, for example, sort of one of the larger Minecrafters, has had to move house several times because of this.
Oh wow!
I think it's perfectly fair for people to say, sort of, this is what I want to show people, and this is what I want to keep secret. I don't want people to know this about me. I'm perfectly happy with people knowing my real name.
Yeah.
Okay. And it is the name I was born with, is the name that I broadcast under. It's Simon Parsons. And there's enough information out there for if people really wanted to find me. I'm sort of relying on the fact that I'm a very, very obscure celebrity and nobody's ever going to want to.
That's what I'm kind of trying to hope for as well, because I don't know. People kept asking, and I kept saying, like, oh, upstate New York, and then I felt like...
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you have more reasons to be a little bit cautious, because you are firmly in the Y list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Well, it's more... I've had guys say some really creepy stuff to me.
Yeah, not all of them were me as well.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I really can understand it. I really can understand it. But if there is any guy out there that is thinking to be a bit weird, just please bear in mind that Sydney's bite is worse than his bark.
He's very protective of me.
And as he's lacking a lot of teeth, he's going to suck you to death, and not in a good way.
He's still got teeth. It's weird. I would never have imagined how many teeth a little 12-pound dog could have.
Yeah. Well, at least 8 pound of that dog is teeth, I know.
And he would bite you. Okay, so we're moving on into the last section of chapter 3, I think.
My little Jack Russell, when I was a kid growing up, my little Jack Russell once bit through my watch. We trained it to understand that it needed to be careful when sort of play fighting with people, unless I was wearing these canvas gardening gloves. In which case, it could completely go to town and bite as hard as it likes.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it hurts.
Yeah.
Okay, but the thing is, the little dog was having so much fun doing this that I really didn't mind playing it from time to time. But at one point, she got a little bit carried away and bit a little bit further up my arm than I'd like, which actually I'm very glad I was wearing a watch, because otherwise it'd probably gone through several major veins. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of glad that I was wearing the watch. But
wow.
bloody dog bit through my watch, quite literally bit through my watch.
Jeez. Yeah, they can be, like, there's a Jack Russell Terrier across the street.
Yeah.
Temperament-wise, they just have so much energy.
Yes.
I think that's what I like about Pomeranians. They're not good with kids, but in essence, they're very independent. And otherwise, they have very sweet temperaments. Sid's never actually bitten anybody. One time, he kind of gummed at me, and his tooth brushed against my knuckle and didn't even hurt. And he, like, started licking at it and acting like he was the saddest little guy in the universe. It was weird. Anyone who knows Sid knows that he's a contender for the saddest, well, the most melancholy guy in the universe, at least.
Yeah. But no, I quite agree with you. Jack Russells have a huge amount of energy, and they need to outlet it. And as long as you understand that about them, then they're not necessarily that hard to live with. But you have to understand it.
Yeah, it's like people will get Dalmatians and not recognize that they're responsible when they have a Dalmatian to, you know, actually
skin it and make a coat out of it. Oh, sorry, no, wrong.
Skin it and make a coat out of it. No, run it around and take it for exercise and things like that. A lot of people won't do that.
They were a species of dog bred to run behind coaches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is yeah. So it's not really that surprising that they get a bit antsy if they're not let out for a run from time to time.
Mm-hmm. See if I can do this.
You're right, Jessica Ollie. There are some really scary people out there, but most of them she just invites to do collaboration series with.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, the Guitar Hero portion.
Yep.
Yeah,
this is the part I keep messing up.
That is definitely the tune for As I Lay Me Down to Sleep.
Come on. Oh good, there is no third one.
Like Twinkle Twinkle Little Bat.
The temptation to make you laugh while doing that was almost unbearable.
I appreciate.
In fact, I think I might have pulled a muscle while keeping silent there.
You just go quiet, and I'm like, Simon, and then you're like, I had a stroke. I was trying not to troll you.
It's painful, I tell you, it's painful.
It's like what guys used to say, like if they didn't have sex, they'd die. Like, gotta get it out. I don't think I've ever heard a guy actually say that. Nope.
It must have been a fantastic chat up line during the sort of the 50s and the 60s, you know. So yeah, we might be bombed by communist China tomorrow and all going to die in a nuclear hailstorm, and you don't want to die a virgin, do you?
Come on, seriously, what hot? Yeah, I have a feeling that we're gonna get to that boss fight for real. The one I hate. Do we have any more little buddies now?
Oh, as I've said before, YouTube, we play games so you don't have to. In this case, we do this boss so you don't have to.
It's true. Where is the one I'm missing? I'm missing one. Yep, right there. There we go. Aw. I'm done with you. Seriously?
I actually, while I'm watching this, I'm really enjoying some of the symbolism in this. So it's like the roses, for example. Okay, this is great because this sort of game they would probably be a little bit squeamish about showing a lot of blood, but it's not blood; it's red paint. Now that's a fantastic get around of that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I missed one. Where is it? Where is it?
Normally, those sort of things are, you know, they show black blood instead, which really breaks the immersion.
Yeah. Oh, is it here?
It's there.
I'm like, what am I doing? Okay.
I can see that against the black grey background, so I'm quite impressed with that.
Let's keep him occupied. Little buddies. Come on. Oh, unlock from him.
Yeah, but that rock looks so interesting.
It is very I hope that's one that was following me around and that I don't still have one of these things. But honestly, once he's dead,
the annoying thing about this is every time I look at the pepper grinder, I'm hearing the Duchess's poem in the back of my mind.
Die?
For those who don't know, the Duchess, when Alice first meets her in the book, and I think in the game as well, she's in the kitchen cooking something with an incredible amount of pepper.
Yeah.
And carrying a baby, which she quite happily discards, and Alice steals it. But her poem is, "Be severe with your child and beat it when it sneezes. It only does it to annoy because it knows it teases."
It's been years since I've read the book. Oh, it aimed at something.
Well, I was at...
Sorry.
Oh, there we go. One more of them. One more spawner. I was absolutely fascinated by Alice growing up because I grew up down the road from where Alice, the real Alice Little, was buried.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah. So yeah, as a teenager though, I had an incredible morbid fascination about that.
No, I can understand. Oops. What was I saying? Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, I'm having a lag spike. Train. There we go. Alright. Coming up on some pretty big open air sections too. Yeah. Oh, okay. These blue ones indicate that you're moving to an area that you just can't actually go back through at all. It's just a completely different segment.
Yeah. Grace and KK 100. I'm now reading the book. Oh, well, rereading. It's a good book. Where are you at it?
That's cool. Yeah, I should try to go back to it. Oh, I've almost got enough teeth. We can upgrade something.
Oh, nice. You can do it. Yeah, go on. Yeah,
Oop.
well done. Oh,
Thank you. Oh,
they're not making it easy on you this time, are they?
nope. The final boss fight in this mechanically is not complicated, but it does require a lot of timing and skill, which I think is an interesting way to go, because you know how sometimes games, they'll just get really mechanically sort of janky.
Yeah, there's the Street Fighter combo sort of thing where you need to press these 15 buttons in a perfectly timed sequence.
Yeah, and in this one, it's like, you know what's coming at ya. It's kind of like fights in Souls. I think that's maybe why I like it. Because anything that reminds me of Souls, I love, because I'm a freak. Did you ever get around to playing Deadly Premonition?
No, I'm saving that one because I want to play it on a live stream.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, that's a thought. Up until yesterday, that was actually people were voting for it, which makes a pleasant change.
Yeah.
Should we just check my voting list?
should. And if you do,
I am.
I want to watch or sit in, because I love Deadly Premonition.
Oh no, unfortunately, it's not leading the pack anymore. That's a shame.
Oh.
But I'm thinking of doing a Saturday evening live stream as well at beam.pro/Simon Parsons. And the difference between that one is I'm actually going to start playing some games which I know are good, but people don't necessarily vote for.
Mm-hmm.
These annoying tar babies really disconcerting to look at, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh man. Wait till you get to see the last part of the game. It's the last chapter particularly is just all in all disturbing. It's very disturbing. So, yeah.
What, this game disturbing? Never.
Yeah. Let's jump up here and see what we've got. But yeah, because you get kind of accustomed to just the general level of creepy in this game.
Yeah.
And then you start getting into, as many of you know who are familiar with the game and all that, you start getting into some pretty intense child abuse motifs. And that's where it gets a little bit like, you know, overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah. The annoying thing here is Alice in Wonderland. It was written by I've totally blanked out on the guy's name now.
Oh, Reverend, was it D something?
But it was effectively written because, well, one of the reasons that people believe that he wrote the book was to get in with the family because he was actually very attracted to Alice's older sister. And that has been misconstrued by a lot of people down the years to thinking that he was actually more sexually interested in Alice herself.
Mm-hmm. Well, wasn't it because he... Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, go on.
Wasn't it because he had, like, photo books of lots of nudes of young children?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. But it's also worth pointing out that that wasn't considered much in the same way as it is these days. You know, that would be considered sexual. Yeah. Whereas nudes in general in the Victorian era were considered as an art form of themselves. And the whole idea of a naked child is that it screams purity, as opposed to it screams, perhaps we should call the police.
Yeah.
And so it's you know, from our point of view, from a sort of 21st century viewpoint, it's a bit disconcerting that he had these books. Mm-hmm. But actually back then, back 200 years ago or so, you know, people wouldn't actually think more or less the same way about that. But
yeah, that
would also, and I'm sure you're thinking this as well, that would also be used to cover up a lot of child abuse. Mm-hmm. So it's, you know, it's not quite the same thing. But I got to be honest with you, he was a bit creepy. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Seems so. Is there anything out here? No.
Yeah, but I got to be honest with you, those books are absolutely fantastic. Read them as a children's story the first time. Mm-hmm. Which, you know, if you're saying you haven't got into them yet, they're great because they are children's stories. So they're very simple. Very easy to read, and they don't demand much of you. You can read a chapter which is short and come back to that book 6 months later and not really have much trouble picking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but read through them a second time if you ever have a chance. If you're ever on a summer holiday and you've got a few weeks on the beach, read through them again and really think about the messages inside them and the language he's using and things like that, because they They have a number of incredible layers to them, which is quite surprising considering, you know, basically these were written because an 8-year-old girl demanded them.
Yeah. That's interesting. Huh.
Yeah, you see, I'm more than just bad puns, guys. I'm occasionally good puns as well.
We like your puns.
That's good. Because not many people are going to watch me for my rugged good looks.
Ah, shit. Well, it's dead at least.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you just have to go through the result, not the technique used getting there.
There we go. I'm happy it's dead. Is there anything I'm gonna want to do? I'm still hearing the battle music. Who am I battling?
I've also picked up the complete Grimm's Tales. Oh, well, that'll give you nightmares. And the complete Poe collection, which is actually slightly less scary than the complete Grimm's Tales. Yeah. I can't remember there was a conversation about this, but I was possibly Laura. But it's just the way that Disney have completely rewritten.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that the other day.
Oh yeah, that's right, wasn't it? Yeah, completely rewritten the whole of the story, the fairy tales. I mean, you've done more of the Grimm's type fairy tales in your Sim series, and I really quite respected that. I thought that was great. But I mean, you look at the Little Mermaid, for example. The original story has her. In order to become a human to meet up with this prince, so basically in order to find herself a good man, she had to have her tongue torn out. Her feet, she spent her entire life walking on feet that made her feel like she was walking barefoot through broken glass.
Yeah. And
in the end, she returned to the sea and was turned into foam.
Yeah. It was a dark one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, no amount of nookie is worth that. Let's be honest with you here.
Even if it's really good.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the whitewashing that Disney does is really remarkable. I understand that people have like fond memories and things like that, but I don't know, maybe I was just disillusioned, too young.
Cinderella. The ugly sisters cut off their toes so they can fit into the glass zipper.
Well, the creepiest part of that is also that it looks as though that was from the story was originally from China. So in the era that it's for fuck's sake, in the era it was suspected as being from when they initiated foot binding.
Yep.
So that takes it to a dark place.
Oh yes.
Alright, so we're jumping here. Are you...
That's what I did, Simon, when I got the larger version of the book, and I think it's a very, very good idea that you did so.